Good morning. So it is like 5:40 a.m. Got an earlier start than normal today. It is daylight though. Not by a lot, but it's light. I had to walk about 0.3 down from the shelter area where I was in my tent, back up to the AT already, and just got back to the AT, starting to walk north. Get an earlier start today because looking at trying to do almost 24. I think it's like 23.9 miles today. It's also going to be about 90 degrees. Yesterday was like 92, I think was the high. Today was calling for like 94, but someone that had a little bit of cell service last night said they checked the weather and the high today is 85. So hopefully that's the case. But either way, it's going to be warm. Got a long day. So just get an early start. No real huge points of interest. There is one wayside left where you can stop to get snacks and food in the Shenandoahs, called Elk Wallow Wayside. It's about 8 miles north of where I started from this morning. Not really sure yet if I'm gonna stop there. I got plenty of food. Just gonna depend how I feel. I'm not gonna try to push it real hard. I'm just gonna try to walk slow and walk a lot of hours and not try to kill myself, but get there this evening with plenty of time left before dark. So we'll see how it goes. The sun's rising. It's bright and orange today. Came out here on Skyline Drive. The trail crosses the road back behind me. Not that I don't have enough miles to do today, but it's just so peaceful. It's 6:30 in the morning. I'm gonna walk over here and see what this view is off to the right. It's a nice view there. All right, there's a car coming now from the other side, so I guess I better get to walking. Sitting here at Elk Wallow Wayside. It's a couple minutes before 9 o'clock. Got about 7.5 miles in so far, and the store opens at 9 o'clock, so we can get some snacks and hang out here at this picnic table and take a break. And then we gotta get to walking again. Had about, I don't know, 45 or 50 minute break, just somewhere under an hour. Had a sandwich, an espresso in a can, like the Starbucks kind. I got some Gatorade to bring with me. We already did 7.5 miles. But we still have like 16 point something to go. Good news is it's not even 10 o'clock yet. I think it's 9:40 a.m. So just gonna take my time and keep walking north. I'm not on the AT yet. I had to take a side trail to get to the Elk Wallow Wayside. So on that side trail right now, heading back to the AT. Okay, I'm gonna step off the AT for just a quick little second, because it looks like we got a view. And this looks like it's an overlook of a vehicle overlook. Check this out. I think it's the first time we've seen this. So there's the vehicle pull off, and let's zoom in a little bit so you can see this view. Everything looks so different now that the leaves are completely filled in and everything's lush and green. All right, came out here to a parking lot. About to cross Skyline Drive again. It is about 10 after 12. And I've done, I think, 13.3 or something like that already. And I have just over 10 miles left to go. Right now this is Gravel Springs Gap. All right, I'm descending North Mount Marshall. I just now came down below 3,000 feet, and I did not fact check this, but someone said last night, I did look at the current map, and so far it's true. That is the last time I'll be at 3,000 feet of elevation until I get to Massachusetts. That's pretty incredible. That means there won't be any huge climbs, just a lot of smaller ups and downs for the next several hundred miles. That's pretty cool. And I'm only, I think, 6 miles from the end of the Shenandoahs. So moving right along here this morning. Oh, it's afternoon. Moving right along this afternoon. Another big snake. And just like that, I believe we're coming up onto the backcountry permit kiosk, indicating that I have finished Shenandoah National Park. I think in total it is like 104 or 105 miles, all done. Less than a mile to the shelter, then 3 miles till town. Thank you to the Potomac Appalachian Trail Club. What a day. Okay. So we did about, well, I've done well over 24 miles, but I've done about 24 trail miles. So here's what happened. We get to the shelter tonight, and it's a really nice shelter on a really steep hill. And from the shelter, there's signs that there's tenting down this steep hill. So there's a spring at the very bottom where we can get some water. I went all the way down. Every campsite or every tent spot, every tent pad that was there was taken except the very last one. I got to this tent spot and realized when I was looking at the map that this tent spot was so far down the hill that there was another trail right by me that cut straight over to the AT. So I was looking forward to, in the morning, just having a quick downhill and walk into town. So I decided to put my tent up real quick to save the spot and keep everything else in my pack, because I don't like the slack packing. So I put my pack on. I went out to the AT, hiked all the way back up to the shelter on the AT southbound. And then I talked to a few people up at the shelter to get some plans arranged for in the morning. And right now I'm going back northbound on the AT, headed back to my tent. So it was a lot of extra walking tonight that I was not expecting, when all I wanted to do was take my shoes off and cook food. I'm trying to figure out something here. There are about 4 different spots from this shelter area along this big hillside that go out to the AT. And I was making sure that was not the one that I needed to go back on. So anyway, I feel pretty good. My feet hurt, but if you walk 24 miles, your feet are going to hurt. So other than that, my body's in good shape, feeling good today. I am ready to get the rest of my stuff set up in my tent and cook some dinner and lay down. One really cool thing we've had very poor cell service the last several days, and I have a bunch of bars, so that's good. I guess that's about it. We're gonna meet down at the road tomorrow morning to town at 8:30 a.m. So I'll be hiking by 7, and we'll head to town. We're gonna do showers, laundry, resupply food, and there's a brewery that's connected to this place called Base Camp that supposedly offers free showers and free laundry to hikers. So we'll do all that at this place, and then we'll go to the brewery for a bit to get a couple beers and some food, and then we're going to head right back out onto the trail tomorrow night and do another 5 miles in the evening. So we're still going to do 8 or so miles tomorrow, while also getting all the chores done. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, because once I get to my tent, I'm not gonna feel like doing this again. So have a good night. I'm out of the Shenandoahs. Good morning. A couple minutes before 6 a.m. and I'm up. I'm just very slowly getting ready, because the way this shelter area or camp area is set up is the worst I've seen. I believe I explained last night how this shelter area is spread out. So I'm kind of camped by myself. I have like only 2.8 miles to get to the road where we're gonna have to get a ride into town. There's quite a few of us meeting there around 8 o'clock to try to get a ride to town to do all of our chores. And I don't really need to leave here till 7 o'clock, so I've got about an hour to still make it to the road on time. So I'm drinking some coffee and gonna get ready. I'm sure I'll still leave and be there way early, but anyway, my phone is getting close to dead and I'm having some problems. My charge cable from my battery bank to my phone is no longer working. So I gotta buy one of those in town. Probably not gonna do a lot of video until I get to town because I don't want my phone to die. All right, I'll talk to y'all in a bit after I drink my coffee and get to going. Here I am moseying downhill. It's about 6:45. I'll be well ahead of my planned arrival time, but it's warm and kind of humid. We got these storms coming in this afternoon. I don't think they're supposed to come in until noon, but it's supposed to be heavy storms, but they're going to just come through and leave out pretty quick, hopefully. And then that's because of the cold front coming. I think tomorrow the high is like at 70, and then it's going to be cooler for a while, which is perfect. I realized this morning the guy that was camped nearest me, I didn't know who it was because I couldn't really see, but we both walked out and met at the trail at the same time. And it's the guy I've been hiking around, talked to him several times. I had never gotten his name. So his name's Pringles. Puffer and 2x4 and I are meeting at the road at 8:30. And then a girl that we recently have met, her name is Moss. She's gonna come to town with us. There are several other people that we're all planning to kind of do similar things as we were, but there's a town trolley that apparently picks up at this road at 9:45 a.m. We were really wanting to get going, get in there earlier than that so we can get all the chores done and get resupplied and all that. It'd be nice to kind of be ahead of the crowd as well, because I don't know how big this base camp place that we're going to shower and laundry is going to be. So anyway, hopefully the four of us can get a ride pretty quickly, but worst case scenario, we will have to sit and wait till 9:45 to this trolley. My other concern with this trolley business, it's been 800 miles ago, but in Franklin, they had a town trolley system like that. And back then, there were still big crowds out here. There was like 30 people at the road waiting for this trolley. I decided to call, and they said they can only accommodate 12 max. So there was no way we were all getting on anyway. And I don't know what the situation is going to be like here, so I'm not going to sit around and just wait for something that may not work out. So anyway, hopefully we can get a quick ride into town, get everything done, spend some time in town relaxing. And I have 7 days worth of content on my phone. 6 full videos already edited, 3 full videos, 6 days worth. Already edited and needing to be uploaded. I've had no real Wi-Fi and very limited cell service the last several days, so I'm getting kind of behind on that. And I have issues with phone storage, so I've got to get that stuff uploaded. So I'm really hoping this brewery that we're gonna hang out at for a bit this afternoon has good Wi-Fi and get all that taken care of. So anyway, we'll see how it all works out here in a bit. Going through like a marsh here, all cattails on the other side of this fence, and walking on a boardwalk here. Less than 0.1 to the parking area, which I just read something as I was walking and realized that it's a remote dirt road. So my chances of snagging a ride may not be as easy as I thought. However, I hear a lot of road noise, so I'm not really sure if that's another road or what. Nice little stream here. So while we were sitting by the road, We've done all the thumbing, no hitching, working out, called every shuttle, and finally had just given up to waiting until the trolley time when some really nice guy pulled in a 4-door Jeep and gave 4 of us a ride to town. So we've done all of our resupplies, and let me tell you, this grocery store called Martin's had everything I wanted in all the right quantities. It was perfect. So now we're walking through town over to the base camp where we could do shower and laundry, and there's an outfitter and a brewery and a bakery and all those good things. But we've already been talking about not leaving town today, so we'll have to see how that turns out. Had breakfast and a nice coffee at this cool little coffee shop. Okay, we made it to the base camp, and this place is pretty cool. It's got 4 lockers for our stuff with some locks on them, commercial washer and dryer, bathroom, shower. They even have loaner clothes. They supply the soap. So class of 2023, this place is dope, as long as the water's hot. All the chores are done, and I'm at the brewery now. The brewery is connected to the shower place, so all is well. All right, all the chores are done. It's starting to look like some possible storm clouds. This is a really cool little Main Street area. And the trolley is going to pick us up somewhere right here in the next 20 minutes and take us back to the trail. Apparently it is only 50 cents to get a ride back to the trail in the trolley. Oh, I hope we don't get all wet tonight. Riding in the town trolley back the trail, and it's looking like some dark sky. Ooh. Sorry, trolley had bad brakes. Looking like some dark sky up there. Trolley went and turned around. That's how we got back to trail on that trolley, and here we are, 18 north. All right, we have 5 miles to go. It's about, I don't know, 4:15 or 4:20 or something p.m. Try to walk slow and just not get too sweaty after I just got all clean in town. When the trolley dropped us off, it was thundering in the distance, but it looked like maybe we're gonna be okay. So we get off the road, freshly showered, dry, clean clothes. Went about 20 minutes of walking, and it started pouring. So we got wet, kept walking, and pretty much had gotten mostly dried back out. And then it rained again for about 5 minutes and got wet again. The rain stopped. I think it's done until maybe another passing storm around 9 p.m. Otherwise, it's clearing up and everything's gonna be okay, I think. It's about 6:15. And we're only 0.1 miles from the shelter. All right, there's several people in the shelter, but this is a really cool shelter area. I'm gonna talk while I'm here. This is my tent back over by itself. And I'm gonna walk over here and show you. This one actually has a shower with a solar shower, which I've yet to see, but I plan to use. Got a pavilion, a porch. So let me show you this. There's even horseshoes. Here is the solar shower. Check that out. Huh, that'd be cool if every shelter had that. I'm gonna use it in a minute. I wonder how cold it's gonna be. Oh my goodness, got all this stuff done here at this shelter, and it started raining again. These little quick showers I'm about over them. It shows though everything's gonna be out of here by 10 o'clock tonight and clear for days and cooler tomorrow. The highs in the 70s. So luckily this shelter has this awesome little pavilion. So you can sit here at a picnic table and watch the rain, and hopefully I'll be watching it quit soon. Anyway, sitting here at mile 977. And I'm really wanting to see 1,000. I don't know how many miles I'm gonna do tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm gonna try not to get to 1,000 until Saturday, but let's see. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this one here. Come back next time so you can watch me go 1,000 miles, and we'll be entering the Virginia roller coaster. All right, have a good night, everybody.